Hey guys, welcome back to another Dragonheir Silent Gods video. In today's video I am going to be showcasing another team I've been using for the Chaos Shadows for the Ice and Radiance element for the ALTON boss. So I'm gaining an extra damage boost for ice damage. So this is a team revolving around ice damage dealers. Obviously I do use some Radiance supports as well. But before I get into that video, I do just want to say a huge thank you to Dragonheir Silent Gods for sponsoring my channel. Obviously, if you are interested in getting involved in Dragonheir, please do click the link in my description or the pinned comment. Get involved in the game today for free. So, the team I'm going to be showcasing here today is the fourth team I use each day on the Chaos Shadows. So if we have a look here, I've got it marked down as Ice 4. Let's take their equipment. So, as my tank, I'm using Garius. So Garius is an incredibly strong Radiance tank who does a huge amount of healing based on his defense. Paired with the Gatekeeper's Staff as an artifact, he provides huge shields for the whole team every time he uses his ultimate skill. So as you can see, I've got him built with a nice amount of defense, decent amount of HP. Obviously he's got some skill haste from the artifact, and outside of that he's also wearing the Ancestral Protection set just to boost his support for everybody else. So he's taking 15% of the damage everybody else is taking, and also gaining 15% damage reduction himself. Next up, we've got my attack penalty hero for this fight. So I'm using Gulal, the Ice Rare. So on his ultimate skill, he places attack penalty 2 for 10 seconds, and that is a 100% chance once it's been upgraded. So I've got him built in the Cyril set, so that means whenever he's placing a debuff, such as his attack penalty, he is increasing the attack of my whole team by 15%. So I've got him built with enough accuracy to land this. He's got a little bit of crit rate, it's not really necessary, and he's wearing the Spiritual Incense Burner artifact just to increase the uptime on that attack penalty. Next up, I've got my healer for this team. So my healer is only 4 stars, I will rank 4. So I'm using Quarion, the Radiance Rare. So Quarion provides a 15% target's max HP heal and grants defense up 1 for 10 seconds. He also grants recovery over time and gives a small shield to a single target on his battle skill. On his passive skill, whenever he's healing allies, he gains a 20% chance of increasing the healing amount by 50%. So he is a really strong healer and can be really important for teams like this where you're kind of struggling for options to make it through. Obviously supports and tanks are quite a big problem if you've got a limited roster, so making sure you've got a good balance and spread your teams out. So I've got him paired with a strong support in Garius, just to help make sure my team survives longer without having to take them to a higher level. First damage dealer is Cedic. So I've got Cedic built with a decent amount of crit rate, a decent amount of crit damage, and 4.2k attack, well, nearly 4.3k attack. He's wearing the Inventor's set because it increases his damage every time he uses his battle skill or his ultimate skill. Obviously with Ice Blast they are spamming their battle skill, so you get a really good uptime of this. And in terms of his kit, he just does a lot of damage. And he's wearing the Ravatrix's Roots artifact from completing Famiander in Season 2. So this is really good for any epic or rare damage dealer. It does give a huge amount of stats. So as you can see here, you get 60% and an additional 15%. However, for non-legendary heroes, that effect is doubled. So you're effectively getting 90% attack because you're getting 60% plus an extra 30%. So it's a huge attack boost for Cedic. Next up, I've got my Bledin. Oh, sorry, just to mention as well, my Cedic is completely unskilled. So he's got no upgrades into his kit. So next up, I've got Bledin. So Bledin is my enabler for Cedic. So he is wearing the Witch's Remains artifact because his ultimate skill hits multiple times. So it hits 3 times with a good chance of placing the Witch's Remains debuffs. So giving defense penalty 2 to my team, well, to the boss for my team. So he's got enough accuracy to place that. He's got crit cap because if you look at his skills, they have an additional 20% chance of triggering a crit. So he's actually overcapped. And then he's got a decent amount of crit damage and some attack. He is also wearing the Inventor set as well because the damage bonus it gives to his battle skill is quite significant and just helps me to get some extra damage out. In terms of aura, I'm using Garius's 24% defense aura in all battles. So I'm going to hit this run, let it run through, and I will be back at the end of the run and we'll talk about how it went.
My magic shall rend you. I will conquer all. It's not over yet. Taste the power of magic.
Surrender to my enchanting
Stolero.
melody.
My magic shall rend you.
Brandamon, I will conquer all.
Charge! It's not over yet.
Surrender to my enchanting melody.
My magic shall.
And there we go. We have hit 22 million. This team does normally do over 30 million, so I'm not actually quite sure what happened there. Obviously, without on hitting random targets, you can get unlucky and lose people early, because obviously if he's hitting the same target repeatedly, they are going to fall over eventually. So yeah, we must have got unlucky. Obviously, then when there's less targets, you're going to take more hits from on each hero, because there's less targets to have a chance to be hit. So this is just a bit of an unlucky run, unfortunately. But at the end of the day, anything over 22 million damage is wasted. It's not necessary at all. So being able to just guarantee 22 million is all you need to worry about. So in terms of the actual breakdown of this team, if we have a look here, there we go. So as you can see, Cedic did the large chunk of the damage, with Bledin doing a decent amount of supporting damage while also enabling Cedic. Gulal did very little damage, but he was there for the attack penalty. And as for Garius, he is an absolute beast when it comes to healing. So as you can see, 82.7% of the healing is absolutely insane. So that is all for this team. So if we save that, as you can see, we get the maximum rewards, which is 2,500 of the exploration points. So that will help you to gain more rewards each day. The more of this you can get, the higher you are going to finish in your seasonal rankings. But that is all for this video today, guys. So before I go, I just want to say once again a huge thank you to the sponsor of the video, Dragonheir Silent Gods. And if you are interested in getting involved, do remember to hit that link in the pinned comment or the description. Thanks very much. I'll see you in the next video.